the recording. And then this time thank everyone for your patience. I figured out that to record, I'm gonna have me in the center. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me. We're gonna get going. So we're gonna start out on the OOV, or if you have the ball, you're gonna start out laying down on, actually, let's do the foam roll. So if you have a long foam roll, you're gonna lay down lengthwise on the foam roll. In here you have the OOV, so you're gonna have a seat at the base of the OOV and have the little weights ready. And then we're gonna lie all the way down on your back. So you're either lengthwise on the foam roll or on the OOV, laying down, feet hip width apart. And let's just kind of put our hands on our rib cage. And we're just gonna take a deep breath in. Focus on the outward expansion. And as you exhale, allow ribs to settle, to softly draw towards the pelvis. So we take a breath in, ribs expand outward. And then as you exhale, allow ribs to softly draw towards the pelvis. With the next breath, let's take our weights if you have them. You don't have to, you can just have arms, just the weight of the arms, and reach them up towards the ceiling. As you breathe in, shoulder blades move apart from each other, scapular protraction. Inhale as your shoulder blades retract towards the foam roll or the OOV. And again, let them spread apart. And they move towards each other. We're gonna do two more. As you're moving through that shoulder blade position, focus on not moving anything else. So don't let the shoulders shrug to the ears. Just visualize as if it's just a very subtle sliding doors kind of a movement, out and in. Now we're going to pause halfway in between of those two extremes. That's our neutral position. We're going to let both arms reach overhead, aiming with the thumbs towards the floor. Chin will gently nod and ribs stay pulled down towards the pelvis. Breathe in. Exhale, arms come back facing towards the ceiling. We're going to do 4 more of these. Inhale, arms move over as you nod the chin. Exhale, coming back. Inhale over. Exhale back. Good. One more time. So here the focus is to pull ribs down and allow the lats to stretch as those arms reach overhead. And coming back. Now let the arms move out to the side, open wide. Think of reaching outward to the outside of the room. Breathe in. Exhale, we're coming back. Inhale, open. Exhale, coming back. And out. 2 more after this. And in. Starting to bring awareness to the shoulder girdle. Bring awareness to our deep core. Last one here. And coming back. Now we're going to let one arm move out to the side. This is where the transverse abdominis kicks in. Trying to keep our pelvis nice and stable. And coming back. Inhale as the other arm moves out to the side. Exhale, coming back. Keep alternating side to side. Our goal is to keep our pelvis nice and steady on the foam roll, on the OOV. Starting to notice one side maybe has to work a little bit more than the other. Feel the weight in the feet, helping you stabilize. One more time, side to side. I'm coming back. Good. Now we're going to lower both arms down by your side. And let's bring right leg into the tabletop. Hold your right leg in the tabletop. Bring your left arm up towards the ceiling. Once you find your balance, we're going to start moving arm and leg away from each other. Inhale as leg lengthens, arm reaches overhead. Exhale, coming back. Inhale out. Exhale back. Now this is level 1. If this feels pretty easy, this is working on stability. You can bring the other arm up and keep going here and hold it up. Or you can keep that arm down, wherever your body is at this morning. Now the entire goal of what we're doing in this class is to move slow. It's that slow eccentric control that helps our nervous system to turn on all the small stabilizing muscles. And coming back, excellent. Now, same thing, keeping the opposite arm up, or maybe you want to put it down for this one. We're going to let the leg open out to the side as the arm opens out to the side. And then it comes back. And out. This is rotational control. So the torso is staying stable. And you're only moving as far as you can control that stability. So it doesn't really matter if it goes very far. 2 more, and just keep breathing through it. Excellent. Last one here. And coming back. Well done. Lower that leg, lower that arm. We're going to switch to the other side. So left leg lifts up to the tabletop. Right arm comes up. Assess your stability here. Start moving arm and leg away from each other. Breathe in and exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. If this feels pretty good, you can challenge by lifting that arm off the floor or maybe lifting all the way up. I'm going to hold it down. This side is definitely harder for me. So whichever side is harder to stabilize, it's actually the leg or the arm that's maybe a little weaker, just has lack of stability. In this case, left or right. And coming back. Good. Now we're going to rotational control. Arm goes out to the side, hip moves out to the side, just opens, and then coming back. So inhale, we open, exhale in, and out, and in. Excellent. Last 2. And last one here. We're going to lower the leg, lower the arm. Both arms will stay down on the floor and both legs will lift into the tabletop. So your option is to move your pelvis into imprint, gentle imprint, so the back is touching OOV or foam roll. Arms will float by your side. They're on the floor supporting. We're going to start with heel taps. 1 heel taps down, and then we switch. You can tap the floor as long as your back does not come off the surface. So I don't want you to feel arching in your back. I want you to feel that deep abdominal control here. This is definitely obliques coming on. Keep going. Ribs are pulled in and down. We're going to go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Both legs pause in tabletop. Last exercise here. Both knees will hinge away and come back in for 8. Now this is a very small movement because it's a lot of the load and a lot of the weight. So even if it's just a couple of inches, it does a lot of work. You're trying to keep 90-degree angle at the knee and just hinge at the hips. Exhale in, halfway there. And 4. Exhale as you bring in. Inhale as you lengthen away. 3 and 2. And the last one here. Lower one leg down and then the other. And we're gonna roll off the OOV or the foam roll. Well done. The second series, we're gonna work on spinal articulation. So you have the OOV, GP. You're gonna flip it around and you're gonna have a seat at the base of it. Maureen, you have an art barrel. So this is where you're gonna put the art barrel and you're gonna sit in front of the art barrel. And Elisa, you can just do it on the floor. It's the hardest version. So we're sitting at the base of whatever we have behind us. And then if you have a band, a loop band, let's put a band above the knees. It doesn't have to be very heavy band. And if you don't have it, that's totally okay. These are all just props and options here. Now we're gonna start with legs straight, pressing against the band. It just gives us some stability. And then let's take the weights if you have them nearby too. Arms are gonna reach forward with the weight. So we're starting sitting nice and tall here. We're gonna breathe in, legs are staying active. As you exhale, let's start taking our spine vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. And then breathe in as your arms reach overhead. Big extension. So if you have arc barrel or OOV, this is gonna force thoracic extension. If you're on the floor, totally fine, but you're working a lot harder with abdominals there. Now inhale, arms lift up, not the chin, lift the head. We're gonna sequentially peel ourselves off all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, and reach towards the feet as far as you can, stretching the back side of the body. From here, we're gonna lengthen back up into neutral, and we're gonna do it again, rolling down. So we have 6 of these. Pressing against the band to help stabilize our lower body. Inhale, allow arms to reach over, big stretch. Exhale, arms lift up, not the chin. Pull your ribs in. Try to scoop and articulate forward. Lengthen. And lengthen up. Keep going. I'm just gonna come up and look at everyone to make sure. Keep going, keep rolling back. Just wanna see how everyone is looking. Good, yep. Perfect. Good. Keep going, 2 more. Make this our last one. And then when you're up and you come back, have a seat wherever you are. We're gonna go into the half roll back. So legs are gonna bend to about 45-degree angle. Press against the band. Breathe in. Exhale, we're gonna scoop abdominals and half roll back. So if you don't have anything behind you, you can use orange ball to roll back into, or you don't have to have anything at all. Here we have shortened version, our abdominals are shortened, contracted. We're gonna plug our shoulders in, hold this position, arms open out to the side. Exhale, they can come back in for 4. Inhale, open, nothing moves. Exhale in. And open, and in for 3. And in for 4. Roll back up, sit up tall in the sit bones. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, we half roll back again. Now we're gonna alternate arms. One arm opens and comes back. And the other. We're gonna do 4 times total, side to side. Inhale out. Use the band to help stabilize lower body. So the hips are nice and stable. Hopefully you feel this in abdominals. This is working on rotational control. And in. Last one, side to side. Exhale in. Inhale, we come back up seated. Good, we have 2 more variations. Then we're gonna stretch our hip flexors. I know it's a lot. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale again, we half roll back. Now both arms are gonna lift up and go back down for 4. And lift, breathe in, nice long neck. Exhale down. Inhale up. And 4. We roll back up. Last one here, breathe in. Exhale, take your tailbone down, then abdominals. Half roll back. One arm lifts up and lowers back down. And the other. Exhale, lower. Keep going. Arms are reaching kind of parallel to the thighs. And lower. Long inhale. Abdominals are pulling in. Last one, side to side. And lift. And lower. And we're gonna roll all the way back up. Legs straighten. Let's reach towards the feet. Take a second, reset. Come back up into the seated position. Let's get rid of the band. And we're gonna take OOV or arc barrel down. We're gonna put our feet on it. So, or the foam roll is gonna go lengthwise, but we're gonna lie down and put our feet on that elevated surface here. You wanna have your feet not too far away, so they're roughly 45-degree angle or so. I guess it's more of a 90-degree angle. Arms are going to push down into the floor. Heels are on whatever surface you have. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, we're gonna roll up. So this is vertebrae by vertebrae. Peeling your spine off the floor into a nice bridge or hip hinge. Now stay here for a second. Find your glute connection. Pull your ribs down towards the pelvis. You don't want to have too much of a thoracic extension. Arms are gonna lift up and reach overhead. Now push your arms down to the floor and then slowly roll your spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep pushing arms into the floor until the tailbone is down. Arms move by your side. Pelvis starts rolling up. So we're gonna do about 6 of these, all the way up. Hold that position. Imagine there's magnets between the knees and they're pulling them in. Arms will move up and over, pushing your thumbs into the floor and then rolling your spine away. This lengthens our lat. And then arms come back all the way down. 4 more. Exhale, we roll up. Inhale, we hold and stay. Arms move overhead, not the chin, the back of the neck is stretched, lengthened. And then roll your spine away, tailbone heavy. Arms move down, halfway there. Exhale, we roll up. Inhale, arms move overhead. Exhale, our spine melts down into the floor. Tailbone heavy. Arms move down. 2 more. Exhale, we roll up. Inhale, arms move over. Exhale, spine melts down. Last one, arms move down. Tailbone curls, press into the heels, roll up. Arms move overhead. And we soften our spine into the floor. Excellent. Now arms reach up to the ceiling. And instead of rolling up, I want you to hinge up. So just lifting your tailbone up. Keeping this hinged position, arms off the floor, we're gonna do hip dips. So taking your left side of the pelvis and allowing it to drop a little bit and then lifting it back up. Let the right side of the pelvis drop and lift it back up. And we're just gonna go side to side here. So your hip will upload from the floor or from the barrel. You're allowing that hip to dip, and then you're activating the glute to lift it back up to the upright position. So we're creating a little bit of a twist or rotation in our lumbar spine here. We're helping activate multifidi, lumbar sacral fascia, our glutes, hamstrings. One more time, side to side, and up, lower, and lift. And then we're gonna lower our hips all the way down. Well done. We're gonna do one more set here, and then we'll be done with this series. So we're gonna exhale, lift up, pelvis is up. From here, can you try to lift your right heel off the floor and slowly peel that leg up? And then bring it back down. Can you peel the other leg off the floor and maybe lift it? And lower. One more side to side, lift and lower. Try to keep pelvis at the same height. And lower. And then we're gonna lower our pelvis all the way down. Let's bring knees towards the chest. Give them a big hug. Rock our body side to side to reset our lower back. Excellent work. Okay, from here, we're gonna go into our sideline work. So, OOV or the orange ball. If you have the OOV, you're gonna have a seat at the base of it, kind of in the mermaid position. So the hip will go nicely into the saddle, and then the torso will just fall onto the OOV. If you have the ball, the arc barrel wouldn't work so well here. You're gonna put that ball underneath the rib cage, and then you can kind of lean onto the ball the same way. We just want to create a little bit of a side bend into our torso here. And it really helps. OOV kind of puts you in the perfectly neutral spinal position by design. That's why it's so versatile here. So whatever you have, or if you don't have anything, totally fine too. Just kind of have to make sure that you're lifting your ribs up to maintain neutral. So bottom knee is bent, top leg is nice and straight. Our body is gonna go into this nice side bend here. And we're just taking a breath in. Now actively stretching through the fingertips and through the heel away from each other. So the ankle is flexed and I'm reaching through that heel. I'm gonna keep my leg heavy. Inhale, upper body will lift up. And then exhale, I'm gonna slide down towards the foot. And it's not very far. If you're on the ball, you're just gonna go a little bit and then lengthen back over. So the bottom hand is on the floor, helping me to slide and then back over. Inhale up, side crunches essentially, exhale over. Yeah, that was pretty good. Now focus on where your neck is. You want to kind of maintain chin tucked position and let the head follow along with the rest of the curve. Good. Now we're gonna lift, last one, and then lower back down. Now the bottom hand goes behind the head The top head also goes behind the head. So we're supporting our head here. Top leg is flexed, heel is gonna lift up. Now I'm gonna bring this leg forward, side kick. We're gonna pulse it for 1, 2. Exhale, point the foot as we kick back. Inhale, flex and pulse. 1, 2. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, pulse. 1, 2. Exhale, back. And pulse. 3 more. And back. Keeping that leg parallel to the floor as if it's sliding on the slick tabletop. And back. Last one here. Pulse, pulse, and bring it back. Now let's hold that foot pointed. Toes are reaching out. We're going to go into ovals. So leg goes forward a little bit, lifts up high, moves down to the floor. So longitudinal kind of vertical ovals is what we're drawing with that leg. The goal is to feel glute here. So if you feel too much in the front, push that leg further back. And 4, and 5. Let's reverse the direction. Move back, high, and forward for 1. We're going for 5. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Bring it all the way back. Let's relax it for a second. Allow your body to go into the side bend to reset. Now let's go back into that supported plank. We'll have 2 more variations and then we'll be done here. So foot is flexed. We're going to lift it up. Now point the toes as you lower back down. So flex and lift, point and lower. Nothing else moves, just the hip. Pelvis is staying stable. Flex and lift for 4. And 5. While this feels like glute work, we're also working on our core stability in sideline. So this is building towards planks, towards single leg sports, jumping, walking. You just want to focus on this hip stability here. And last one. Good. We're going to lift that leg up, ankle flexed. Last exercise. Hold it. This is the hardest one. You're going to rotate your foot up to the ceiling and back down to the floor. So it's the whole femur that tries to rotate. We rotate up and down. 4 more. And down. And 3. And 2. And 1. Let it go all the way down. Allow your body to side bend one more time. Sweep the left arm, come back all the way to seated position. Let's switch this to the other side. So have a seat wherever you are. Keep your side ribs supported on the ball or on the OOV. First, we're going to go into a nice side bend position. Again, I like to reach through that heel, make that leg heavy, almost like I'm actively reaching away. I'm actively reaching up through that arm. Taking a deep breath, allowing the ribs to lift and expand. This is our lateral myofascial line that connects the IT band, connects to QL, moves up through the rib cage, through the serratus anterior, and then all the way down to the fingertips. Now we're going to keep our leg nice and heavy. We're going to breathe in, lift that arm up, and allow our body to slide towards the hip. So the hip stays down, but the torso lifts up, and then lower back down. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lengthen. And lift. And lengthen. And lift. Last one. and lengthen. Let's come up into the supported plank. So this is level 2. If this is too much, the top arm can stay down on the floor for support. Number 1, we're gonna flex your foot, lift it up, parallel to the floor. Inhale with side kick forward for 2 pulses. 1, 2, exhale, point the foot as you kick it back. Flex and come forward. 1, 2, exhale, kick it back. Inhale, flex and kick. Exhale back. Inhale over. Exhale back. Halfway there. Flex and hinge. And back. When you're doing those pulses, the goal is to dynamically stretch through that hamstring, through the plantar fascia, through the calf. Flex and come forward. You might even feel some tingling if there is some neural tension going on. Last one. And bring it back. Excellent. Now foot stays pointed. We're starting to draw those vertical ovals. 2, good. Going 5 and 5, each direction, and 3. Check in with your shoulders, with your neck, and 4. Last one here, and 5, reverse in the direction. Back and forward. And up and down, good. And 3. And 4. Last one, again, trying to feel glutes, and 5. Well done. Let's take a break. Lengthen over into that nice side bend. Take a breath in, relax into the side bend stretch if you can. It might be a little less intense on the ball. And the last things we're going to do is we're going to come up into that side supported plank. Leg is going to flex as we lift up. Good. Hold this position. Find your glute. Find all the activations here. Now we're going to rotate that hip up and rotate down. Rotate up and down. And it might not feel like there's a lot of range of motion, and that's okay. As long as you feel the rotation comes from the femur. So the kneecap looks up to the ceiling and then looks down to the floor. Good. 3 more. And 2. And last one. Lower back down. And another one. I switched directions on this one. But we're gonna flex the foot and lift it up. Point the toe and lower back down. Flex and lift. Point and lower. Flex and lift. Point and lower. Almost there. It's halfway there. 4 more. And lower. And 3. And 2. Last one. And let's go all the way down for the last side bend stretch. Take a deep breath in here. We're going to come back up. All right, our third block is going to go on the stomach. So this is the prone series. So we're going to go on the stomach. If you have an arc barrel, this will work great. You're going to be over the arc barrel. If you have an OOV, you're going to flip it over. So the pointy part is towards me, the big part is forward, and my ribs are going to go right over the OOV. So this is right in between the sternum, the edge. If you don't have any of it, you're just going to be on the floor. Maybe have like a pillow or something underneath the stomach. Lisa, that's probably would work pretty well for you. So we're going to lie down. Essentially, if you're on the OOV, this is going to go right on kind of on the lower part of the ribs. Legs are going to be parallel, maybe slightly externally rotated, but you just kind of want to lay down to where your back is rounded and you have something that you're flexing over. This will give us something to start working on our back side. And if you're on the floor, you're just on the floor here. So let's take a breath in here. Now we're gonna start setting up. Pubic bone presses down into the floor, so my glutes activate. I'm pulling in my abdominals, transverse abdominals, sort of the connection of hip bone to hip bone, not belly button to spine, but across. Arms, I like to have my thumbs up to the ceiling, so I always work on that little bit of external rotation. Legs are heavy. We're gonna breathe in and lift our upper body up into a nice extension. Arms will stay down in this one. And exhale as I round back over. Gonna do 4 more. Long neck, inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we slide back over. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slide back over. Glutes are helping to keep work from the lower back. Last one, we lift up and we stay there. Again, we lift both arms up here with thumbs up. This is too much. You can keep one arm down, one arm up. So both arms are lifted. Now we're gonna start circling our arms out to the side, palms down, and then we're gonna reach behind our lower back. Open arms out to the side, rotate across and bring them back over. 3 more. Full range of motion through our shoulder girdle while being supported in this extended spine. If you're on the floor, you're just doing this on the floor with arms just above the floor. Reach behind you, open and come back. Last one. And then allow yourself to go all the way flexed over the OOV or the barrel, or just relax. Take a deep breath in. Now curl your toes under and straighten your knees. Inhale, let's lift our upper body up. So now we're in this supported plank. Okay, now from here, can we lift opposite arm, opposite leg off the floor? Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And lift. If you're on the floor, you're just barely lifting this from the floor. Works just as well. OOV or art barrel just give a sense of instability. So it allows you to work on the rotational control. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more side to side. Really addressing our posterior oblique sling here. Last one here. And relax all the way down. We're almost done with these block, with this prone series. We have last one to go. Take a breath in here. On the last one, exhale, we're gonna come up into that supported plank again. Knees are off the floor or straight. Arms are straight right in front. Opposite arm, opposite leg lifts up. Now we're gonna move that hip out to the side, arm moves out to the side, and comes back in for 4. Inhale out, exhale, and out, and in. Last one. And in, lower back down, switching sides, opposite arm, opposite leg, and we're going into the airplanes. Inhale out, exhale in. Last one. And lower back down. Let's press up into a well-deserved shell stretch. Just allow your body to sit back, round through the lower back. Let your head rest on the OOV, on the floor. Wherever it ends up, take a deep breath in. Good. We're 2/3 of the way through with the workout. Hopefully you're feeling good. From here, we're gonna slowly start coming back. And this next series, we're gonna do on hands and knees. So if it's too much for the knees, maybe put something underneath it. But if you have OOV, we're gonna use it. So
We're gonna put the OOV underneath one knee. So if you have a foam roll, you're gonna use the foam roll instead. So the foam roll or OOV goes underneath the right knee. So it kind of goes right into the saddle. Arms will go on the floor, this position, or in neutral wrist. So we're starting on hands and knees. We're gonna curl our toes under and lift the knee that's not on the OOV or foam roll off the floor. So now we're keeping it up. So all of a sudden, we just activated our multifidi, our oblique, our TA on that side. From here, we're gonna exhale as we round up. So cat camel, serious. Inhale as we go back into extended spine. We'll do 2 more of these. Exhale, nod the chin, pull abdominals in, flex up. Inhale as we round, extend back out. Last one. Exhale, round up, pull, think about pulling your lower back to the ceiling. And then as you breathe in, let's go back to that neutral position. From here, the leg that's free, we're gonna keep that knee bent and we're gonna lift it up to the ceiling. Now keeping that leg flexed. This is hip circles. We're gonna let that knee go across the body, kind of reach it across, and the pelvis will move here. So this is hip adduction. And then let that hip lift up to the ceiling, circle through the front, bring it into flexion as much as you can. Let it go out to the side, lift up to the ceiling, back across, up to the ceiling, circle through the side, and bring it in. 2 more. Open, rotate. And your goal is to keep reaching the heel up, ankles stay flexed. Last one. The leg that's on the foam roll or the OOV is working hard here to stabilize and bring it in. Now we're gonna lengthen that leg away, keeping it nice and straight. Heel is reaching out. Nice length through that leg. From here, we're gonna lower that leg down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Arms are firmly pressing down to the floor. Last one here, down and up. Now hold it lifted, bend that knee and extend for 4. Bend and extend, and 3, and 4. Good, final round. Opposite arm lifts up. Find this nice quadruped plank. Now, same thing that we did on the stomach. Leg moves out to the side, arm moves out to the side for 4. Out, and then 3. And 2. And 1. Lower it back down, and bring that knee all the way in. Let's sit back into the shell stretch. Take a breath in. Let's switch sides. So we're gonna switch our OOV or the foam roll to the other side. Both arms are gonna go to the floor, whichever position. Toes curled under. I like to keep toes curled, it stretches our plantar fascia. And then we're gonna lift that opposite knee off the floor so that your knees are leveled. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, nod the chin, round up. Inhale from the tailbone, start unfolding back, drop your chest, look up. As you're flexing, nod the chin first, then pull your ribs in, pull abdominals in, exhale. Inhale as we unfold. 2 more, exhale, nod the chin. Elbows are straight, pressing into the floor. Inhale back into extension, fingertips spread apart, firmly pressing into the floor. With the next inhale, let's come back to the neutral. Right leg lifts up. We're going into our hip circles here. So We're gonna let that hip go across opposite ankle and then lift it up through the heel. Move it out to the side, forward to the elbow into full flexion. And then go through that outside motion, back circling up and over. We're doing 4 of those. Up, over, side, and in, side, up, and across the body. Keep going. I'm starting to sweat. Excellent. These are great hip rotation exercises. Really great way to warm up if you're doing a lower body circuit or something. Last one. We're gonna bring that leg all the way up. Now let's straighten that leg parallel to the floor. Reset your abdominals. We're gonna lower that leg down, tap the floor, and lift. Down, exhale up. And lift. Last one. Now hold it straight, flex the knee, and straighten, keeping that height. Hamstring work. And out, 3, last one. And 4, we're almost there. Keep reaching through that leg, reposition your body, reach opposite arm up. Here we go. Arm moves out to the side, leg moves out to the side, and then comes back in for 4. Exhale in. And out, pull your abdominals in, reset your back. Comes back in. Lower arm down, lower leg down. And let's sit back into the stretch. Nice breath in here. Ooh, that was hard. We're gonna come back up into seated position. We're gonna do a quick plank here, and then we're gonna start cooling down. So, if you have the OOV, this is one of my favorite ways to do planks. If you don't have the OOV, your arms are going to be on the arc barrel, the down slope, or on the floor. Not on the foam roll on this one. So, with the OOV, this is a choking position for the OOV. So you're gonna grab the front, kind of the saddle, and then your elbows are gonna go down on the big fatty part. And then as I wrap my hands around the pointy part, I'm gonna pull it up. So what this does, my elbows push down, and then I pull this up. I really activate my serratus anterior, kind of this armpit muscles here. I'm gonna straighten one leg out, and then the other. And we're gonna go into the plank. If you don't have the OOV, you're up on the arc barrel with the arms straight, which will make it a little bit easier. Or you're down on the floor on your elbows. And we're holding it here. Nice long neck, we're holding for 1 minute. Take a breath in and exhale. Keep pushing your elbows down. Keep pushing your shoulder blades away from each other. Keep breathing through it. So these classes every week will build on each other. We're gonna do similar exercises, but we're gonna add difficulty. Exhale. Last 15 seconds, almost there. Keep holding. Keep pulling up on the OOV if you have it. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew! Right. It's hard. Let's sit back. Take a breath in for another shell stretch. And then we're gonna come back up and we're gonna finish with some nice saw. So if you have arc barrel or the OOV or any kind of an elevated platform, you're gonna have a seat on the big part of it so that your tailbone is a little bit higher and legs are going to be straight. If you're comfortable sitting on the floor, sit on the floor. That's actually the hardest version, kind of a traditional version of the Pilates. Feet are a little bit wider than the shoulders. Knees are straight, ankles pulled up. We're going to take our hands straight and then out to the side. So our goal is to sit on our sit bones with our spine lengthened, nice long neck, as if we're suspended from the ceiling. And the goal is to not move the hips. So sitting on something, you kind of have a better proprioception of where your hips are in space. We're going to breathe in to prepare. As we exhale, twist to the left, upper torso only. Now from here, you're going to flex forward and reach your right arm to the outside of your foot, of your pinky toe. Back arm reaches back. Now inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, you come back to the center. So we're going to the right. First, we rotate. Then we flex forward. My back arm kind of moves out of the way and reaches back. Inhale, we lengthen up, and exhale, we go to center. Let's do a couple more side to side. So first, we rotate from the chest, from thoracic spine. Then we flex, reach our arm to the outside of the pinky toes. Then we lengthen back up and back to center. And then again, we rotate. We flex over. Articulate back up and back to center. Last one, rotate and flex. Lift up and center. And to the other side, rotate. We reach through the arms. Arms reach away from each other. And lengthen up and come back to center. Now let's bring our hands in front of us. Breathe in, exhale. We're gonna reach forward. So spine stretch forward, knee rounding as far as you can. And then you extend vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring hands with you. And exhale, now the chin, soften the sternum, flex forward. Toes are pulled up, kind of a big stretch to that posterior chain. And then inhale, we'll lengthen up. Last one here, nod the chin. And flex forward. And we lengthen up. Well done. We're gonna come back up. We're gonna finish in standing with a Pilates push-up. So you're gonna just stand at the front of your mat, kind of feel the floor, press into your heels, press into the big toe, into the little toes, nice and straight. We're gonna breathe in, lift up into the toes, arms will reach up to the ceiling. Push into those big toes, find your balance here. Exhale, lower the heels, lower the arms, round over, find the floor. Walk your arms out to a plank. From here, either from here or lower your knees down, we're gonna do a push-up. Now, hinge through the hips. Walk yourself back over towards the toes, towards the heels. Find your balance onto the heels. And vertebrae by vertebrae, lengthen back up. We're gonna do one more time. Arms reach up, lift up onto the toes. Find your balance here, find the length. Keep reaching towards the ceiling. Deep breath. Exhale, heels go down, arms lower, round the spine, find the floor. Bend the knees. Walk out to the nice plank. Push-ups here. We're gonna go down and up. Hinge. Walk yourself back over. Find your balance onto the heels. First glutes activate, pelvis goes back to vertical. And then we roll all the way back up. And we are done with today's class.
Thank you.
I hope everyone, I'm gonna pause the recording.